Stepney's visit to Sir Topham Hatt's railway was coming to the end. "We will miss you," said Sir Topham Hatt. Then he turned his attention to all the other engines. "My railway is very busy, and you do need help. A diesel is all that's available. Please do your best to avoid any disturbances." "What does that mean?" asked Duck. "That means that this diesel is difficult," snapped James. And he was. The diesel surveyed the shed. "Not bad. I've seen worse. At least you're all clean." The engines glared. "It's not your fault, but your controller, Sir Topham Hatt, should get more engines like me. A fill of oil, a touch in the starter, and I'm off. No bother, no waiting. They have to fuss round you for hours before you're all ready." The engines were furious. Next day, they held an indignation meeting around the turntable. "Disgraceful! Disgusting! Despicable!" "To say such things to us," cried Donald and Douglas. "It's to teach him a lesson we be wanting. But how do we do it?" Their chance came sooner than expected. The diesel was purring comfortably. An inspector was watching a fitter making final adjustments. The wind tugged at the inspector's hat. The diesel was ready. "Look at me, Duck and Stepney. Now I'll show you something." He rolled proudly toward his coaches. Then it happened. Shaking and spluttering, the diesel stopped. Meanwhile, the inspector was looking for his hat. The diesel seethed with fury as Duck and Stepney pushed him to the back of the shed. "My hat!" exclaimed the inspector. "You've sucked it through your air intake." "Bother your hat," said Sir Topham Hatt. "The heavy train's due out." "You'll have to take it, Duck. Stepney, will you help us, please?" "Thank you, sir," said Stepney. "I would love a good long run on my last day." The engines were soon ready. "Gordon will take over from halfway, so get the train there. Good luck." "Don't worry," smiled Stepney. "We'll get there, and be early, too." The cavalcade moved carefully over the rails and out to the open line. "Now for a sprint," puffed Stepney. "I'm ready when you are," replied Duck. Soon they were whizzing through Edward's station. And next, they charged at Gordon's Hill beyond. They felt the drag of the heavy coaches. It was hard work. At last, they were running smoothly along the line towards the big station. "Hello, you're early," said Gordon. "That's one in the headlamp for old Diesel." "James says that he's sick as boiler sludge and sulking in the shed." "Serves him right for saying we're out of date," and Gordon chortled away. Next day, everybody came to say goodbye to Stepney. "Come back and see us soon," whistled the engines. "And you are always welcome on my Bluebell Railway, too," replied Stepney. Then he puffed away. But what about Diesel? He had slipped out while no one was looking. He left two things behind: a rather nasty smell and a battered bowler hat.